What's up, YouTubeites? Welcome into the CovrPrice weekly top 10 for the week ending, December 2nd. That's crazy. Where did November go? We got a special crew member here tonight. We got Justin, aka Nemesis, with us. So in his honor, while you guys are all congregating, hold on, I know which one it is. It's this one.
EA Sports. It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game. EA Sports. Game. EA Sports. Game. EA Sports. Game. EA Sports. It's in the game. EA Sports. What have I got? EA Sports. Here we go.
Round one, fight! Oh, you get...
All right, there you go. It's official. It is Tuesday night. We have a full crew here. I am so excited. We got Marty, we got Gabe, we got Justin in the house, and this is a very nice list. Before we get started, little round table. We'll start with you, Gabe.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo. Tuesday night, we got a special guest here with our friend Nemesis Prime in the house. Excited about that. Marty's here. Marty's got dogs. Marty's got a delivery coming. So it's going to be one of those kinds of nights. So strap in tight. A lot of fun stuff on the list. Interesting list. We're going to talk about it. Lot of fun stuff going on. You'll see what's going on tonight, everybody.
There you go. Marty, say what's good.
I live for this. I don't know about you guys, but I look forward to this every week. I love being on the show. I love the panel members. We've got Justin, Nemesis Prime, with us this evening. Oh my God, it's been a minute. This is why I'm excited, because sometimes they just surprise me like this, and to have one of the old lords on here, man, it warms my heart, right? Thank you for being with us. If you guys are watching us live or on the rewind, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be a great show tonight. And just a comment off the chat, man, the chatters out there. Yes, I do remember with a ColecoVision. That was my first platform I ever owned, was a ColecoVision, right? And I had an Atari adapter that went on the ColecoVision. And yes, and I also owned a Commodore 64 as well. So, you know, it's so crazy. I was just talking about that the other day with a couple friends of mine. But yeah,
well, there you
great
go.
chats out there, man.
One man party over there. Yeah, one of my favorite nights when we were in New York was hanging out with Zach and Justin. We went out to dinner and to bars, and it was a good time. So I'm happy to have him back. Justin, say what's up.
Oh, I am in the presence of some legends tonight, people. I really appreciate you getting back onto the show. I hope I remember how to do this, though. It's been a while, so.
Are you kidding me, Doug? You have your own podcast, dude. You do an amazing job with that. Yeah, I watch you guys, and you guys do great, you know.
But I don't have the lovely Laura and you, Marty, and Gabe next to me. Like I don't have that. I have Zach, you know.
Hey, me and Marty will come on anytime, and I'm sure Laura will too. Everybody, check out the Comic-Con podcast. Zach, Justin, I love it. I subscribe to it because you guys are my friends.
Yeah.
But I actually listen to it every week because you guys talk about comic books that you read. It's a reader's podcast. If you read your weekly comics, it's fun to kind of follow along with you guys. So there's not a lot of that out there in YouTubers. Everybody's talks about like hauls and specs and stuff like that. But I'm glad that there's at least one podcast with some interesting people who actually read comic books.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed y'all's perspective on the Absolute Universe too. When you and Zach were talking about that, it really, really enjoyed that. So.
And you might just see Justin punch some guy in his fat mouth too. So we'll see what happens with that.
Okay, let's get started before we get way off track, guys. If you are just hopping in, this is the CovrPrice Weekly Top 10. Now I'm going to say this at the beginning. Our lists are 100% data driven. This is reflecting the last 7 days of actual aftermarket sales. So the CovrPrice algorithms go through and they consider the major units sold, the percentage growth, and that's what decides what comics make this list. Every week we have our runners up. Gabe, what do we have for this week?
All right, this one's a good one. Talking about reading comic books and back issues. Excited that we do have Captain America Volume 1, number 113, way back, May 1969. 69, dudes. An old rumor has resurfaced and breathed some life back into this comic book. This book features the death of Captain America, Steve Rogers' version, and won the Alley Award for the best comic cover of 1969. So why is it trending? Well, in Captain America Brave New World trailer, there's a brief glimpse of a military funeral being shown. Since the beginning, fans have speculated that this is Steve Rogers' funeral. The theory faded due to not having any other supporting evidence. Marvel has since been pretty tight-lipped, so this theory has resurfaced again as a popular fan theory. So buyer beware. Beware, I think is what we're trying to say here.
Yeah.
There's still no new evidence, but funerals are always a great speculation topic. We've tracked 10 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of 81%. High sell, $62 for a VG copy, and current near mint price is just $40 for a raw copy.
That seems reasonable.
This is a beautiful Steranko cover.
Yeah.
Like, Steranko can do no wrong. For an artist that's probably done like such small amount of work, but has left a massive, massive imprint on the comic book.
Are you kidding me? I have to disagree with you on that. He's done a lot of work, Gabe. I mean, I think I have a huge collection of just Steranko covers alone. And you're right. You're absolutely right on that end. Is that you cannot do wrong when it comes to Steranko, man. Anything Steranko pick up, he is an icon within the comic book community, man, in the comic book genre. You know,
I mean, Jack Kirby used him for the basis of Miracle Man or Mr. Miracle, the whole artist kind of stuff, because Steranko was an escape artist before getting into comic books and stuff.
That's right.
So,
dang, there you go, Justin.
Interesting stuff. Did not know that.
I know. I got so much brains on this panel
on the Cover Price show.
Right. All right. Number 11, almost making the list. We have the runner-up, Captain America, number 113. Top sale raw, $62, and a 7-day trend of 81%. All right, let's kick it off, Justin. What do we have for number 10?
Well, Marty was talking about the Absolute Universe, so this is perfect. So we got the DC All-In Special number 1. This is the Dan Samper regular wraparound cover from DC Comics. So this book quietly marked the first appearance of the Absolutes, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the universe in general. Most fans didn't realize that, as Talk in Time was more focused on the appearance of Absolute Batman and his little bat emblem more than anything else. Now that fans realize this book holds not 1, but 3 major first appearances, they are doing their best to track down copies at a tolerable price. So we track 43 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 110%, with a high sale of $65 for a CGC 9.8, and current near mint raw copies are going for about $9.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see this back on the list now that everybody kind of, not saying that they didn't know before, but now that it's becoming more and more popular and gaining more steam, it makes sense.
I went ahead and jumped the fence on this one. Went and found a couple of these, actually on eBay. So I went ahead and got it for just for my, my own personal, I guess, warm and having a warm and fuzzy that I have a first appearance of that, the Trinity for the Absolute Universe.
Yeah. Seems like a good one to own. Gabe, anything to add to that?
Oh, we talked about this for the last few weeks. Not much more really to say, but I've got to see that people are still picking this up. Like, this is the book to get if you're looking for first appearances. Like, I'm surprised. I said it before. I'm surprised that stores weren't doing a better job of hand selling this to customers, or they didn't order enough copies. Whatever the case might be, it's very interesting that it became just a huge aftermarket rush months later, like a month plus later, I think, right? So still interesting to see that pop up. Love this book. It's a wrap cover. The other side of the cover is the Absolute Trinity, right? So it's also first cover appearance of all of them as well.
Right.
Yeah. Worth
That's
picking
what
up.
they're going with.
Yeah, you guys already said it all, and we've talked about it a couple of times. It's fallen a little bit, but still trending. So at number 10, we have DC All-In Special number 1, the Daniel Sampere regular wraparound with a CGC 9.8, coming in at $65 and a 7-day trend of 110%. Now let's just get into the meat of this night, right? Marty, what do we have for number 9?
Oh, yes. So look what we got.
Oh.
Look who's back. Mark Spears' Monsters number 2. This is the Mark Spears Cover C Creature feature by Keen Spot Entertainment of November of 2024. While not the most popular cover offered for this book, it's moving some copies. Part of that may be the price factor or desire, as the Creature from the Black Lagoon has a large fan base, albeit one that hasn't gotten much attention over the years. However, this book also doesn't feature a super well-known homage, but that hasn't stopped it from landing on our list. We tracked 38 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 8%, with a high sale of $30 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $14. So very much attainable still now if you see the price, and if you're watching trend, okay, of what happened with Mark Spears' Monster in the beginning, and seeing what a lot of these covers are going for, just the number 1 second prints as well, then I would jump on the bandwagon on this. This is more than just what we're looking at as beautiful covers and great artwork. This is nostalgia, because you're looking at the Creature from the Black Lagoons and the way Mark Spears does all of the other Monsters on there, Bela Lugosi's Dracula, right? You've got Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, right? I mean, he goes all out with all of these old classic characters. So
It's perfect.
I wouldn't sleep on this. I just really wouldn't sleep on this. Not just for the simple fact that it would be, like I said, beautiful covers, but the nostalgia is involved. People pay money for nostalgia.
And now, Marty, keep it in mind that he's the first comic, I believe, in modern history for his number 2 to outrank his number 1. So his sales for number 2 were just astronomical. Once people started seeing these and reading the story, it just blew up. And yeah, I'm proud of
Does
it.
this count as a blonde in a red dress? Technically,
Kind of. I think it qualifies.
blonde in
a red bikini. There we go.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah.
If you don't have this one, I would pick it up. I heard through the grapevine that cover A of number 1, there's only like 1,000 of them out there, you guys. These are really small print runs. So I think if you can snag them, they're going to go into people's collections and you're never going to see them again. They might pop up every year, maybe around Halloween, possibly, but I think they're going to become classics of this.
I'm going to tell you yeah, absolutely, Laura. And just to caveat after that, I mean, look at the Bride of Frankenstein one, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's on the list tonight too. So as we go down the read, you see correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I saw that on the list tonight. If not,
spoilers.
but just see it, just look. I mean, just see what it's going for right now. Look at the price of what it's going for just for that one, and it's. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, to be honest.
And Lisa's talking about Kickstarters because the Kickstarter stuff is just going for insane prices. And he has a Kickstarter right now. And I went on to it yesterday and actually backed a project that has, or one of the packages that has the Bride and Dracula, but there was still availability on his Kickstarter. So I don't know. I wouldn't sleep on it. Where am I at? Okay, number 9, Mark Spears, Monsters number 2, the Mark Spears cover C creature feature, top sale $30 and a 7-day trend of 8%. All right, what do we have next?
All right, number 8, we're talking about Absolute Batman number 1, the Nick Dragata 3rd print, inks 1 in 25. So if you print it, they will come. When it comes to Absolute Batman, that is. DC is printing them up as fast as they can, but fan excitement is still through the roof, and copies are being snagged up like hotcakes. We're at least getting some interesting covers on these reprints, with this ratio variant sporting a poster from within the story that helps flesh out this version of Bruce's origin a little bit further. It's a ratio fans are after in a big way and willing to pay for it. We've tracked 22 copies sold, 7-day growth of 39%, high sell $50 for near mint copy, and currently near mint raw price is $41.
I love it. I love this. What do you guys think?
I didn't even know what this book was when I saw the list of the 10 before I looked at the verbiage and I knew what we were doing. I was like, what book is this? And then I had to go ahead and I figured it out. But this is a wild cover for sure for any Batman fan.
I dig it. I think it's cool. I think the whole look is different.
I don't like ratio variants for extra printings. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you don't like that. And I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse here. Like I always say, don't sleep on those printings, okay? Because just like what we see right here, here's the receipt to that. A 1 in 25, raw going for $50. And fans are out there liking the covers. Fans are wanting, and fans also know exactly 2nd, 3rd, 4th printings. Pick them up. If you're a collector and that's your niche, then by all means, I more power to you. But like I said, it goes to show. So.
But it is a cool cover. Like it's really neat. That it looks like an old kind of 1920s kind of like movie poster or like a sign on like a zoo. That's cool. The whole gimmicky shenanigans of like it being a ratio for like a 3rd printing could have saved this for another maybe like a variant for number 4 or something like that. But whatever. Either way.
I see what you're saying about the ratio part. I'm not against 2nd, 3rd printings. I think that that's a good way to grab something that will be really rare, collectible speaking. But I understand where you're coming from when it comes to the ratio part. All right, number 8. Absolute Batman
Shenanigans.
#1, Nick Dragata, third printing, inks 1 in 25. Top sale came in at $50 for a raw and a 7-day trend of 39%. We are just cruising along tonight. I feel like we're going so fast. But let's get back on the Spears train. What do we have next?
Oh, how about a Mark Spears Monsters #1, the cover A, Looking Down on You. So another Keenscape book. So here's another book that has been hot for weeks and still going strong. A little bit of a reduced clip as more fans continue to discover this series. There will be a more demand for how to secure your copy. Macroeconomics is at play here with the demand outpacing supply, causing prices to shoot up. Still, this cover A has the whole gang on the cover, a feed on of its own, with all the major reasons collectors are opening their wallets to secure a copy. We tracked 7 copies sold, 7-day growth of 81%, and a high sale of $280 for CGC 9.8, with current near mint plus going for about $100.
Yeah, I think that everybody's asking in the chat what happened to Absolute Batman, because that was like taking over the list, and now this week it's just Mark Spears taking over the list, and I think it's well deserved. This is a cool one.
It's just it's what the people are buying. That's what the list is about. That's what we're talking about. It's what people are actually flocking to eBay and other aftermarkets to pick up. And I've been saying this for a long time with this. It's still very shocking and exciting, and much love and congratulations to Mark Spears that these monster books are past Halloween and are still on the list, still driving sales, still having a conversation about it. I don't know anything about the book itself. I haven't read it. I don't know anybody else who has read it, but it's cool just to see that this is still picking up steam way past what you would think it would go to. You think it'd be just a Halloween kind of fun thing and it would kind of drift off, but it's going multiple covers, retailer exclusives. Like, this guy is going at it. So much love to him for that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's organic to itself if you look at it, right?
What do you mean?
How so? I mean, look at it for itself. It came out during Halloween. It's sold amazingly. It's continued to still sell, regardless. We don't hear too much about what the story is. I think 1 or 2 people in the chat actually commented they enjoyed the storyline itself. But it's organic to the fact that, hey, there is a good storyline. Not to mention, also, there's great, amazing covers to this as well. So it's organic to itself.
It focuses on different characters. So you find one that you kind of latch on to, then you like want to just, I don't know. I told you guys on one of the previous shows, there's something, and I can't put a word on it. It's not just nostalgia. It's not just the coloring. There's something about these covers that just, you look at them and they just make you, I don't know, happy.
There's some kind of X factor that we can't explain.
There's something, Justin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of the word.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Well, for sure, even in my area, in my local area, there's probably about 4 comic shops within 15 minutes of me, and only one of these comic shops actually gets any of the Keen Spot stuff. So it's hard. So that's why these books are always going to be popping on this list, because not a lot of shops are going to be ordering, from a low publisher. They've put out good books. I've read some of them before. I just haven't read this series, and I can't get a hold of it. And I'm not going to be paying $100 for the book to read the book. But if I could find a shop that does have it, then yes, then I absolutely would be picking them up. So you've read it, right, Laura? Is it anything like the who did it? Boom or Image did the Universal Monster stuff, like the Dracula, Frankenstein? Who did that?
Dracula's Image.
Okay, and then they did the Frankenstein as well. I believe
they did. That's right. I read the Dracula. I did not read the Frankenstein through Image. I think this one's a little bit more. It's less dark to me. It's a little bit more fun. Like, you can have, like, I can let my kids read this and it's okay.
So it's like Monster Squad for anybody who's super old that remembers that movie.
Monster Squad. Justin, that was one of my favorites, man. That along with Goonies, those were the classics, man.
All right, we have almost 100 of you guys watching right now. Thank you for tuning in on this Tuesday night. We're thrilled to have you. We are covering book number 7, Mark Spears, Monster #1, Looking Down on You, with a top sale for a 9.8 coming in at $280 and a 7-day trend of 81%. Ooh la la, what do we have next?
Oh, did I just mention this somewhere? I don't know. I could be wrong, but number 6 brings you Mark Spears, Monster #1. Mark Spears, Cover E, Bridezilla by Keenspot Entertainment, September of 2024. This book feels like the catalyst for Monsters' explosion in popularity. Folks were already interested, but when this cover dropped, it turned into mania. This book was selling like crazy and still is, albeit with much fewer copies trading hands. Its popularity has exploded the barriers of entry, with many fans being priced out as it continues to climb. But those who bit the bullet secured an incredible book to enjoy for years to come. We tracked 6 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 7%, with a high sale of $430 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mint plus raw price of $213.
So I
And
think
this
we
is
can all
only
agree.
6 copies sold on a 7-day growth trend, too.
That's what I'm saying. This is the one that kind of started this whole frenzy, right? Was this
Yeah.
book?
Absolutely. This is the one I missed out on. This is the one that absolutely started it all. And it breaks my heart every time I see this because, it's a gorgeous cover, man. I mean, look at it. Look what he did with this. It's amazing. I love the green to it. Green is it just brings it out in every aspect, and the tint to it. I can't speak enough on the beauty of this book.
What was the raw price on this, Marty?
$213
For a raw?
Mhm.
for a raw.
Okay, so I
Near mint
went back a
plus.
little bit. I think, and what I still have left in my email was September 24th. This was number 1, and a raw was $20.
So we told you guys, right? We let them know early.
I mean, don't sit on these. Once again, don't sit on them.
I remember being on Brian McClay's Saturday Night Show talking over all the FOC books, and I remember seeing this cover and him being like, "This is such a cool cover. It's going to be hot."
Yeah.
And I'm like, shaking my head. Yep. Did nothing about it.
Didn't buy it. I didn't buy it either. I feel
Did nothing
stupid.
about it.
You never know what's going to happen with these books. You never know. It's very interesting because, like Laura said, most of these, since it's such small print runs, they're going to be ghosts. Like they're going to be in people's long boxes, locked away probably forever. Right? These things are not. That's why it's so expensive right now. Like if you want this, you're going to have to pay a collector top dollar to get him to pull that out of his collection. Like this is not something that you need to, that is just going to end up dropping off anytime soon. So it's interesting to see what it looks like from September to the end of September to the beginning of December. The thing's gone up tenfold.
Yeah. It's insane. I haven't seen anything like this that I can remember being on the show, seeing a creator like this just climb organically with these covers and hold. It's amazing. All right. So there you guys go. Number 6, Mark Spears, Monsters, number 1. This is the Bridezilla cover, top sale for 9.8, coming in at $430 and a 7-day trend of 7%. We are halfway there. There's 102 of you here. Please give the show a thumbs up if you haven't already and sub the channel. We have content all week, including this show. We have a show on Thursdays, The Shakers, and then the creators come on Friday to do tons of giveaways for comics covered. So yeah, we got stuff for you all week. All right. Who has number 5?
I think I do.
Yeah.
Here
First
we
of
go.
all, before you begin, I just want to say congratulations, Laura, and congratulations. This is amazing.
Take a bow, Laura. You guys made it on the list. Again, this is all organic sales after market. This is not anything that's sold in the LCS, any of that kind of stuff. This is what people have been going after. This is all data driven, all that kind of fun stuff. So whatever. Number 5, Mark Spears. Number 2, the Bird City Comics second print, Wicked Witch cover, limited everybody to 200 copies.
Yep.
What a perfect time to drop in homage featuring a Wicked Witch right as Wicked hits theaters. That was a tongue twister. If this list is any indication, Mark Spears' Monsters has been going nuclear. Then our friends at Bird City Comics hit us with this cover, and the fan base went wild. This pre-sale sold out in 2 minutes, and fans immediately pivoted to the aftermarket to secure a copy. It's going to be a tough one to secure, as once again, it is severely limited. Remember, there's only 200 of these bad boys. But with all the fantastic covers dropping of late, there will be numerous other covers to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
We've tracked 20 copies sold. That's a growth trend of 100%. High sale, $65 for a near mint copy. And currently, raw near mint prices are still at $65.
Mm.
So,
Okay, so yeah.
give us
hold
some
on.
info about this, Laura. How did this come up?
You know, it was one of those perfect trifectas. You have Mark Spears, who's insanely hot. You have Oz characters, which as soon as Anthony and I saw these, we're like, oh my God, Oz characters coming out the same weekend as Wicked. And just to pile on top of that, it was Thanksgiving weekend. So you have all these factors that just kind of came together and it just made this really amazing experience. Anthony and I came in that day. And for the record, guys, we keep them limited like this because it helps collectors. Like it keeps the value behind these books. We got some people that were angry that we didn't do a higher print run, but we're collectors too. So it's like we want to kind of keep it fair and keep it exciting for people that are investing. But anyway, we came into the room and when we went to launch this, 10 minutes before this book went live, there were 700 people on the site.
Jesus.
700 before the book went live. So what happens is, just so you guys know, our carts are not reserved. It's updating in real time. So if you do not check out, you're just, yeah, it goes real time. You get put in a queue. We have no control over that. That's all the site does all that. But yeah, it's pretty insane. And we just kind of looked at each other like, oh my God, like what is happening?
Damn!
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. That's awesome. Congratulations. You guys, this is an amazing cover. I mean, you hit it at the right time, especially when Oz just came out, right? And I mean, come on. This Wizard of Oz. Come on. Everybody knows this, right? You know the flying monkeys, and then once again, Mark Spears.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll be completely transparent. We keep 10% for damages. And if we don't have any damages, they'll go back on the site. So keep an eye on that. Hint, hint. But yeah, I don't know. This was a good one. It was fun. So thank you, Mark Spears. Yeah. And it was actually less than 2 minutes on this one.
That's crazy.
Number 5. Yeah, it was nuts. Mark Spears, Monsters #2, The Wicked Witch, second printing, Bird City Comics, limited to 200 with a raw coming in at 65 and a 7-day trend of 100%.
Laura, what was the website price that you guys put these up at originally?
We sold them for $20.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, again, like we're not trying to gouge people.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, number 4. What do we have?
Hey, we got something different for a change. How about some Venom?
Let's see Mark Spears do a Venom cover next.
Yeah. Venom 39, the Carlos E. Jimenez foreshadowing cover from Marvel Comics. So we mentioned Venom has had a little bit of a hot streak lately, much of it thanks to his recent run. Film and overall hype. Fans love this new era of Venom and got a sneak peek of what was coming down the pipeline with this book. The cover features the first appearance of the all-new Venom, abruptly titled Foreshadow because it just did just that. A little tease to gather fan interest before release, and boy, are they interested. We tracked 25 copies sold, 7-day trend of 43% on the growth. High sale, $62 for a CGC 9.8, and near mint copies are going up to $16.
Okay.
Yeah, still attainable. Yeah.
I'm surprised it's still on the list. I didn't think that this would have much more steam left in the tanks.
I didn't think so either. I'm surprised as well. I'm like, okay.
You know my opinion on
Yeah, I think we all got the same opinion of not for me, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's
new
it.
Venom, sure, whatever, fine. No Venom will ever top Eddie Brock. Maybe Flash is very, very close, but you're not going to get anybody that's going to be, oh, here's a new Venom, and this is somebody that's going to ascend beyond Eddie Brock at all. So maybe it's a fun story, maybe it's cool, but $62 already for 9/8 out there. Wow, that's love what you collect and collect what you love, everybody.
I mean, it's a beautiful cover though. I mean, you got to admit. I mean, it's a very well done cover.
It's the most generic Venom cover there is. Sorry,
Sure,
every Venom cover is him swinging through the city. All right, you see it all the time. Let me see some more symbiote gooey stuff. That sounded really bad, but whatever.
No,
but
you like symbiote gooey stuff, as we know, Gabe, right? Okay.
That's what Gabe's into. It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Number
Hey, man.
4, Venom number 39, Carlos E. Gomez, the Foreshadow variant with a CGC coming in at $62 for a 9.8 and a 7-day trend of 43%. We only have 3 left. Where is the night going? Here we go. Whose turn is it?
And that would be number 3 is Absolute Batman number 1 by Nick Dragata. This is the regular cover published by DC in October 2024. There isn't much more to be said about this book. Batman is back, baby. At least this new iteration the fan base can get behind, much like the new 52 run. The Absolute Universe has been on a tear, and it's hardly slowing down. We tracked 88 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 17%, with a high sale of $115 for a CGC 9-point copy and a current near mint raw price of $68. Okay, so you're talking the regular cover going for $68. It's been on the list, I think, every week since it's released. You know, so and it's steadily going up. So what's the fans are out there wanting to secure them a copy.
Yeah, it's cool. I like to see this on here. This is a good one.
Book of the year. This is book of the year for me.
I would say that's true. Yeah, I would say that's true.
Just the idea that it's bringing in so many lapsed readers, new readers. Like this is kind of like that
are just like over Batman. They're like suddenly rejuvenated.
Yeah, it's that turning point of comics where it's like, hey, here's something that everybody has a chance to jump on. It feels very new 52-ish almost, where here's something everybody kind of could jump in on ground level. Things are different. Some things are still the same a little bit. It's familiar but different kind of situation. Great story, great art. Issue 2 is badass. The entire thing about this series is bigger. Batman's bigger. The Batmobile is bigger. Everything is bigger, except for the print run, because these things are not being ordered whatsoever. So, but it's exciting still. It's still an exciting book. Again, parking lot read. Issue 3 when it comes out. I'm probably going to read it in my car before I leave.
Damn, kid.
Yeah, I'm surprised a lot of LCSs didn't jump on this more. Justin, anything to add to that?
Gabe, 2 issues in this or Ultimate Spider-Man?
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay.
Ultimate Spider-Man's kicking ass. Well, you're talking 11 issues versus 2.
Well, no. I'm saying like first 2 issues in for Ultimate Spider-Man, where you like, this is completely different Peter Parker, and you're like, I'm enjoying this because, you know, we've all grown up reading different versions of Peter Parker, but we don't know, we don't know the old.
I know it feels like recency bias if I say Absolute Batman.
Okay.
But man, those first couple issues of Hickman's Ultimate Spider-Man were just out of control. Here's the thing: Hickman's a slow burn. That dude, that thing will lay ground forever, and it'll pay off. This though is action packed, and things are happening every single issue.
Yeah, you're learning.
I can't say that so much about Ultimate Spider-Man. There's an issue of Ultimate Spider-Man where it's literally talking heads at a dinner table for 20 pages. So, but yeah, I hope this answers your question. I don't know, but yeah.
I'm just.
That's a good question. Everybody in the chat thinking about it. We have an awesome chat tonight too, guys. Shout out to you guys that tune in every week.
Yeah, we do. Huh? Let me address something. One of the chats say. I think Prime said. Was it Prime? No, he said his LCS still has like a whole bunch of these in their, these copies of LCS.
Grab me some copies, bro.
But you got to understand too. It's not about just buying from the LCS. You got people that just cannot either get to the LCSs or do not have LCSs close by them. So their main way of actually grabbing books is through online orders, like going through different Midtown, my comic shop, and things like that. And if they're late in purchasing and securing a copy of a book like this, they're going to go online, and the next point they go to is going to be eBay, right? Typically eBay. And so we're going to see what the market is going to sell for. If they're going to grab and secure them a copy through eBay, then this is what's going to dictate that. So you got to kind of keep that in mind. Not everybody has access or availability to an LCS. So their main way to shop is through the online platform, right? And then, not to mention, people are going to have more of an online market now rather than a brick and mortar, because there's no overhead for that. So you're going to see a lot of that, right? I mean,
yeah, we're moving backwards. We went from having only an online store, and now we're getting a brick and mortar. It's like, what are we doing? Anyway, number 3, Absolute Batman #1, the Nick Dragata regular with a top sale for a CGC 9.8 coming in at 115 and a 7-day trend of 17%. What do we have for number 2?
Number 2, Venom War. Number 5, the Ivan Khalil regular cover. So this book marks the first appearance of Ingrace, the Anti-Carnage. With the emphasis on anti-venom lately, we were lucky to see a Carnage opposite pop up. We did, and the fan base has been all in, propelling this book all the way up to our number 2 spot on the list this week. Many fans missed out on the debut of Anti-Venom, and with that reminder in the back of their mind, they were not about to miss out again with Anti-Carnage. We tracked 38 copies sold, 7-day growth of 349%.
Whew.
High sell is $20 for a near mint copy, and current near mint raw is $9.
I think you butchered that name. I don't think it's. What did you say it was?
I have no idea how to pronounce that dude's name. That's a made up name.
Againrack?
Sure.
Derek. I'm just replying back to Darius Magnus. He's Marty. Okay.
Yeah, this is cool. This is good to see. Again, it's one of those fun reviews. You can check it down.
I have nothing.
I'm waiting for the anti-venom and the anti-venom. It's all becoming very cyclical and very redundant with, like, you know,
but people want it.
Different
obviously.
colors, anti this, anti that. If it works, it works. Cool, go for it. But I see your game, Marvel. I see your game. I know when you've been in this long enough, you see this happening over and over again, kind of thing, right? So
it's either a spider or a symbiote character that usually hits these lists.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
I don't know. I think it keeps the fans happy, and keeps people happy, keeps them reading.
If they're reading it and loving it, perfect. Have fun. That's the best thing that you can do with comic books, in my opinion. But if you're chasing it, hoping for like investments, have fun.
Good words, wise words. Number 2, Venom War #5, the Ivan Coelho regular with a top sale for a raw coming in at $20 and 7-day trend, 349%. That's incredible. Let's get back to Mark Spears, shall we?
Ooh, hold on to your butts, everyone. This is a long one. So, Mark Spears, Monsters #2, the Mark Spears Ultimate Comics Amazing Spider-Man 601 homage. The hot dang. It feels so good to be hitting up to this coming title. Mark Spears Monsters has been an absolute smash hit since it debuted, but they're doing something a little different than most of the other companies. They're giving the fan base what they want. Monsters are in, especially the classic, paired with bosom babes and homaging some of the biggest covers of modern times. Of course, this book homages the popular J. Scott Campbell cover that put him on the map with a severely limited print run. This book was bound to be hot once it hit the market. If these numbers are any introduction of, it's going to be continuing upward trajectory, but it quickly reaching a pricing threshold that makes some tap out. There are certainly those who have no inhibitions about dropping a stack of cash and will continue to do so. According to Mark Spears' team, this series is breaking records out there. Quoted, our number 3 pre-orders 9 days before FOC were 16.7 thousand. So we are hoping to break 20K after FOC. We are the only comic to climb on number 2 in modern history with a 29% increase from number 1. And that's just plain incredible. This is not a flash in the pan, but a market pivot in real time. We tracked 67 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of 44%, high sale of $60 for a near mint copy, and current raw market at $52.
Dude, that's a good way of putting it. It's not a flash in the pan. That's a great way of putting it. It's a pivot in the market. People are wanting this and they're sticking with it, and they keep climbing because they're limited and they're unique and it's different and it's exciting. It's incredible.
Can I just flex real quick?
Devil. All right. Okay.
I was like, what's going on?
I just wanted to flex real quick. So, but I picked this up, I'm I love this. I love the I have the Amazing Spider-Man original one to this. What was it? 601, I think it was.
Yep.
They said. Yeah, 601. Yep. So I have this and very happy to have it. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, Jay Scott's I've been following him for oh my God, forever. And I've always been a fan of his work, and anything homaging that. I mean, and especially with Mark Spears dual combination. Come on, man. It's a no-brainer, dude. I mean, come on. If you ain't picking this bad boy up, if you ain't picking a Mark Spears up, get your dunce cap on. Go sit in that corner, put your nose on the wall, because you're out of here, dude.
You have to be doing something here. It's just, I don't know. You got to be participating. Just see what all the fuss is about. Go out there and just pick one up and see how you feel about it, because I think they're worth picking up. I think the Kickstarter, like I said earlier, is worth investing in. I would head over there immediately because a lot of them are selling out. All the different tiers are selling out. But this is cool, right, guys? Yeah.
Cool enough for me to purchase it.
Yeah, Marty sold.
Marty, what was the cover on that for? What was it? Like same thing, like $20, $25.
Yeah, it was cover. I think I personally purchased this one. This was probably about FOC plus, close to about 20 something, about 25 or so.
Yeah, that's about right.
But
very cool. Well, Mark Spears, if you are out there and you are listening, we are proud of you. We are happy for you. This is well deserved. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. So well done and keep up the good work. Mark Spears Monsters #2, the Amazing Spider-Man 601 homage from Ultimate Comics, limited to 500 with a raw selling for $60 and a 7-day trend of 44%. Now, before we go, we did do another issue of Monsters that also sold out. It was kind of the same idea that you had the Oz characters, because Anthony and I were just digging those. And the plan was always to do 3 books and then cap it at the Oz characters. So not tomorrow. Thursday, we have this one launching. So if you guys missed out, I know.
Thursday, everybody. Thursday,
yeah. So Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This will be the final issue that we do for this title, or for that issue.
Nice.
But we are going to do some for #3. So make sure you're following Bird City, because we have more Mark Spears things planned that I can't talk about. But yeah, we're calling this the face-off between Dorothy and the Wicked Witch. And yeah, we kept it to 200. And I know that makes people mad.
No, I think it's great, Laura. You keep that number down. It's going, it's the rarity of that. It's the limited availability of that. I think you're doing right. Not when it comes to beautiful covers. Yeah, everybody should own a beautiful cover, but then there's also that little thing of, having a little something that no one else has as well.
But yeah, keeping the print run low, it keeps the value there. If you have thousands of these floating around, like, they're going to eventually drop. But when you have this small amount, like Gabe and I were talking about earlier, they're going to be put into collections and you're not going to see them again.
Well, it's also a fair price. It's not like, oh, here's 200 copies, but we're charging like $100,
$80
or something like that for it, right? Or it's also not like, hey, we really printed 3,000 copies, but we ripped up, all of them except 200 copies to try and make it rare, right? That kind of shenanigans nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's fair that it's $20. That's cool. That's an affordable price. It's $20. Everybody get your pitches and your torches going. Kick some butt. Get there early. Make it happen. 2 minutes. Last time. Good luck, everybody. This is going to be exciting.
Laura, how many people are on the website right now waiting?
I can actually check. Hold on. I can actually check and tell you. Do you want to say anything, Ann? Anthony just walked in. You have anything to add?
No.
What? No?
You covered it.
Oh, we got 14 people on the site right now.
Why 200?
They're trying to buy
what
some.
makes that the magic number?
Well, they do really low print
3 or 4.
so we just kept it at that. We could have gone higher, but we didn't want to.
Oh, I do have something to add.
What?
So we didn't engage a lot with the sellouts, just because typically the hate mail will flow.
We got a lot
but
of hate
we
mail.
do regulate how many people buy. We just don't put a cap on it. So like, I think there was one person that bought 10, so I messaged him and I let him have 4.
Yeah.
But nobody got between more than 4 and 5, and they go fast. So I mean, there's just not enough for as many people into the site, even if we did 2 a person. So it's a roll of dice. Check out as fast as you can. The other common one we get is people mess around trying to get coupon codes to work, or
don't do that.
Some guy was trying to get like his card information plugged in. Like, be ready to go and check out. Like, get what you want, hit checkout, get your book, and then hit us up afterwards and we could clean up the mess.
Yeah, they afterwards like, oh, I had this, or I need you to change.
Yeah,
this.
the guy's like, I had a code you gave me. I would have applied it after the fact, but he missed the book completely. Things like that. Like, get your book, check out, and then message us if you need help afterwards.
Yeah. We watch everything. Like the entire time the launches are going, we make sure that nobody's going in there trying to buy up all of them. So yeah, we do our best. But anyways, let's keep going. That was a fantastic show. Thank you guys for being here. Round table, Gabe, say your goodbyes.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for coming in. I hope everybody had some fun tonight. I know I did. I'm pretty sure the rest of the panel did. And we'll see everybody next week. Yeah.
All right. Justin, you're up next. Oh, should I call you Nemesis? I don't know if calling you Justin's weird.
Or is it weirder to call people by their screen name when you kind of know them?
I don't know. Like,
yeah, Mrs. Bird City.
That's true.
Yeah. I want to be known as Marty the Marvelous from now on. Because I am marvelous, therefore I must be called Marvelous. Or Marvelous Marty, maybe.
All right.
Well, Justin, say your goodbyes.
Thanks for having me on. Like I said, it's good to share the screen with everyone again. Please check us out, myself, of course, and Milton Emanuel, weekly, the Comic-Con podcast on all your major podcast platforms.
There you go. Follow them. Their shows are fantastic. Like what Gabe was saying earlier, it's such a nice influx of reader knowledge. So check it out. And Marty, last but not least.
Yes. Once again, thank you for joining us. As always, we really appreciate everybody out there taking their time out of their schedule, out of their days, just to join us and have fun and just listen to our quirkiness and our opinions about things. And it's awesome having another OG Lord on the show again. You know, Justin, man, it was amazing to have you on here, brother. You're always welcome anytime you need to come on, brother. Come on, join us. Have fun with us, you know? So thank you for joining us, Justin.
Don't forget, leave me hanging. It's so sad. Anyway, guys, thanks for being on tonight. It was a really good time. We enjoyed having you. We will see you on Thursday for the Shaker Show. In the meantime, make sure you sub the channel. And yeah, that's it for us. Oh, right after this, we're doing the runners up. So if you didn't make the list on this, come over to Nearing Nerdvana. We'll cover 12 through 20. Have a good night.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.